Hi everyone, it's Hillary with Lébo Aesthetics Spa. I am here to actually talk more about my journey with my own skincare over the years. You will be seeing a picture of me from 2012 versus me in it really was 2024 at the end of 2024, but it's pretty much me now. And I get asked a lot from patients like, oh, your skin's so beautiful. What do you do? I'm almost 50, I actually just turned 49. And I really do talk to my patients about what I have done over the years. So I just thought it would be good to share kind of what I've done to some degree to kind of keep looking younger or just kind of age gracefully. Because I've always said, I know I'm going to age. I'm okay with aging. I just want to always look good for my age. I also don't want anyone to look at me and go, what did she have done? We're really about natural results, and every patient's different on what they want their expectations and their outcome to be. I definitely want a very natural adjustments made over time. So I've just done a little bit, I call it spackling. It's like a little bit here and there. Skincare to me is number one. That's 80% of your battle. The fact that since I was 23 when I started the business and 22 when I got into aesthetics. So I really have been taking care of my skin since I've been 22. Do I have damage in my skin? Absolutely. I was not very good with my skincare. Even though my dad was a dermatologist, I was always told, wear your sunscreen. Well, my dad wasn't around. I was not very good with my sunscreen. So, I definitely had some sunburns and things like that. So, if I could take it all back and never get a sunburn and always wear my sunscreen from the time that I was little, I would totally do that. Obviously, I can't. So my skincare regimen is always trying to reverse some of that damage that I have done, because it does live underneath. There is pigment that will always live under the surface. So everything I do is trying to keep pushing that down. I do not let myself get a tan. I don't want that to come up to the surface. Those melanocytes live under there and they're waiting to come out. So I'm really, really good with my sunscreen. I'm really good with using retinols. I love Daily Power Defense. It's a great antioxidant blend, so it's very protective. Also restores the skin barrier. The cellular repair body lotion is great for body damage that was done. It actually has enzymes in it that help to reverse the damage done on like a cellular level. So I love this for body. I'm trying to reverse some of that sun damage that I've done from years ago. They have a serum for the face, and they also have like a facial cream. I use them as well, kind of alternating between them depending on, like, if it's winter, I'll use the cream. If it's summer and spring, I'll use the serum. But I swear by my retinols and, things that cause cells to turn over. And I'm here to help, same with all of us estheticians with skincare products and making sure that you're doing whatever you need to do that's best on your skin. But those are things that I just always incorporate into my regimen every single day. I don't leave the house without sunscreen, even if I'm going to be in my basement all day. I am just every single day, that's part of my routine. About 6 months ago or 5 months ago, I met with one of our injectors and talked to her a little bit about how I felt I'm hollowing underneath my eye area. I also could tell, like, I sleep on one side. I actually have my pictures in front of me. So I definitely, on my left side, seem to kind of pull down more on my face than my right side. And that is definitely from sleeping and just, it's the structure of my face. So I talked to her a little bit about evening me out. What could we do? And we decided to put one syringe of filler on each side. And I really hate to say which filler, only because every filler is different for everybody. So that's why it's so important to talk to your injector and find out which filler is best for you. I need one with just a little more structure and support. So we did one syringe in each side to kind of balance my face, and where it was laid in was up to the discretion of the injector to know where that placement was going to kind of make the most changes and kind of even out my skin and my structure of my face, the most. As we age, if we have a thin face like I do, we hollow up in our temples and we almost become skeletal, which is kind of weird when you hear it like that. But then when you really start to look at a thin face, you can see how it really kind of gets concave into here, concave into here. We can also lose our chin a little bit. It kind of falls back a little. So there are little things that can be done that make you look youthful without knowing what made you look youthful. So rounding this out a little bit makes me look younger. Putting a little more volume into here didn't change my face. It just turned back the hands of time. And you'll see that in the before and after. And it's also why the progression of my aging has been slower, because I'm adding volume into places that I would be naturally losing my volume over time. And by doing it slowly, no one knows that I've, really had anything done. I also get asked a lot about my lips and if I have filler in my lips. I do have a little bit, and I haven't had it put in for years, so it's definitely a small amount. When I did it, because I already had a full lip, you can see that in my 2012 photo, I just did it more for hydration. And as we age, our lips do get more crinkly and, they get thinner. So it's, again, a natural way to just keep me looking youthful and without anyone really knowing that I had anything done. The other thing that I will always say is Botox, 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 or Tox, 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 I should say, because now there's so many. I love Dysport. That's what I had last time. They're all excellent, but they stop muscle movement. And if I'd never had any of the toxes done, and I've had it done since I was in my 20s, but if I never had anything, I would definitely have wrinkles on my forehead. I'd have crow's feet. But because I'm not able to move those muscles and create those lines, it's kept me from having those wrinkles. So I love to see preventative things being done. They're all ways to slow that process down. When we have somebody that has never done anything and they come in their 60s and 70s, it's just more work to get you to where you need to be. It all can happen, but it's more things that need to be done. If you start young, it's just a little bit here and there throughout the process, and you just keep working to slow everything down. So just kind of as like a recap of everything, your products are 80%, and then doing little things, over time, like deep chemical peels every once in a while, or medium peels every once in a while, microneedling every once in a while, little bit of filler here and there, little bit of tox here and there. They're all things that just kind of slow that process down and keep you looking your best and as natural as you want to look. So if you're interested to see how we can help you, please just schedule a consultation. You can either start with an esthetician and do a general skincare consult, or if you know that you want to go right to the injectables, you can schedule with an injector. But we're here to help you and really meet the needs of what you want to see and what your outcome wants to be.